Morning everyone. Today's short video is going to concentrate on managing emotions during a mediation, especially during a remote mediation. Managing emotions can be challenging as it is during a physical mediation, and those who have read my blog over the last couple of years will remember the particular piece that I did in relation to a party who decided to up and run during one of our private sessions together because the emotions became all a bit too much for them to deal with. And it's not unusual, and I tend to explain to parties at the beginning that they are likely at some point, especially in contested probate matters where we generally are dealing with family issues as well as financial issues, and emotions come right to the forefront right at the beginning of the day. I tend to explain to them at some point during the mediation you might feel fight or flight, and that fight or flight feeling might make you just want to get up and run and leave the process. And that's quite common. And I explain to people that I want you to talk to me when you're feeling like that. Tell me about it, and we'll talk through it, and we'll do something to deal with it. You can go for a walk, or we'll go for a walk together. We'll go have a cup of tea somewhere in a different room, and just take that sort of 10, 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever's needed to calm down and to deal with the emotion that you're feeling. And during remote mediation, that is just as possible that you're going to feel, or a party is going to feel like that. And the lawyers aren't in a room with them, and I'm not in a room with them to physically manage that by saying, I'm going to come after you and I'm going to talk to you and we're going to work through that if you do run. So what I tend to do in remote mediations is ask the parties to talk to me when they're feeling like that and when it's starting to brew. And they can talk to me in front of the entire team, or I have the facility to put them in a different room so they can just talk to me on their own in the same way that we might do that at a physical mediation. Or I can put them with whoever they want to have a conversation with from their team in a room on their own to try and have that conversation and work through that feeling. Now, what is quite easy during a remote mediation is to put the phone down, or to press the red leave meeting button. And what I say is, please, in all circumstances, do not push that button. Do not put the phone down, do not disconnect the computer, do not press the red leave button. Simply step away from the screen. Leave it running so that you can hear us talking, and you can hear me talking if I'm helping you think through things. But you've stepped away from the device in order to work through what you're feeling, but you haven't completely left the process, leaving me trying to find you some way to get you to pick the phone up or something like that, or for your lawyers to have to do the same. Some challenges that come with managing emotions remotely can be that it's quite difficult to see on a screen if someone is starting to cry, for example. Some people can remain very composed when they get emotional, and the tears can start to run, and when you're sat next to somebody in a room you can judge that and you can see that. On the screen it can be a few more seconds before it's realised that that's the case, but still convey those emotions as you're feeling them. The parties need to go through that process during mediation, and once I can see you and I can say to you, have that moment, take that time, then you feel like you've been heard and you feel like those emotions have been expressed with me, and we can do whatever we need to do to work through them. And a lot of the time humour helps you work through those emotions, and that comes across just as well on a remote mediation as it does physically. And again, just taking that 5 minutes to take some time to work through what you're feeling. Talk about it if you want to, or take a break if you do. But ultimately what I say is, don't put that phone down, or don't press the red leave button. And that allows me to keep working through those emotions with you. And the mediations that I've done remotely, inevitably we've had tears, emotions of anger, frustration. Inevitably, most people feel relief at the point of settlement, and that brings its own reaction. And we work through it, and we work through it in the same way that we would do if I was physically there with you. So don't be afraid of a remote platform not allowing you to express the feelings that you need to express. It can be done, and we can make it work as necessary. And I hope that helps. Thank you.